Sup?
Sup?
Over the past 4, 5, 6 months, I've blocked some people. Some people deleted me because of some of my stances on social issues. You know, I've had people tell me that I'm ashamed of my skin color, social justice warrior, a leftist, all this stuff. I mean, I've gotten multiple messages from people saying that I've lost my way, all kinds of crazy stuff. And what's crazy is people don't know what we're up to, what I'm up to, what's going on behind the scenes, like how busy we are, music, video work, taking care of the fam, you know, all this stuff God's given to me. I really feel like it's something he's called me to do, so I'm running with it. But at the same time, I also feel like he's called me to be a voice, to use what I would call my privilege, my skin color, my advantage, to speak up and speak out for minorities. Being a hip hop artist, you gotta remember, hip hop is a black sport. It's a white guy going into black culture, black community, and not trying to change anything, not trying to do anything other than learn, grow, and be a light. I'm not going in there to bring white evangelical Christianity and like Americanized Jesus, white Jesus. No, I'm not bringing that. I'm just there to do what God said. He said to love him and to love people. So when I'm going in there, I'm listening to all these people, you know, that are not white, hearing their views, why they view this, how is their relationship with the police, how is their relationship with other white people, what do they think of Fox News, like, you know. And the more I surround myself with people who don't look like me, the bigger picture that I get. A lot of people that message me, they just don't know, they don't understand. So my view has changed on a lot of things, but God is still sovereign. You know, I still believe in Jesus, believe that he's God. He died for our sins, rose on the third day. I just realized there's so much more than the culture / bubble that I grew up in. So yeah, I mean, some things I share probably offend some people, but I hope it challenges you guys to think outside of how you grew up and realize that there's more facets to it.
Yeah, that's good. And just speaking as your wife and someone that's seen you in this process of, you know, we got married and traveled to many different countries, and you had a pretty good view from being on the ground in Egypt and Mexico and Honduras, just of these different cultures. And I think you had more of a grasp on those cultures than you even did the African American community that we live around here in Kansas City. And I love to see his progression into the hip hop culture and getting really tight with some of these dudes who have a lot of wisdom and who have great hearts for the Lord. But Cole's right, the bubble and the parameters and the rules that he grew up within his bubble, those are very different, but it doesn't mean that the love for Jesus is any less genuine.
Some people are just there to comment on my posts when they disagree and think it's absurd, but until you dive in and surround yourself with people who don't look like you and open your eyes to different culture, different way of life, you just don't know. And I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning and still growing myself, but when I make a stand on, you know, the NFL protests, on Black Lives Matter, on a lot of this stuff, it's not so much a political stance more than where I believe the heart of God lies, and being a light and being a voice for those who may not be heard as well as I could. Not because I'm great, because I have a level of influence. I don't know.
Level of influence, there you go. What would you encourage people who are watching this saying, yeah, I've had some serious questions about what Cole has posted, but I don't want to start a debate in the comments or whatever, or I just don't know what to say. I don't know exactly what I think about this. What would your encouragement be to them? Like, as far as reaching out to you or as far as getting further information about these topics?
I'm not trying to be cynical, but most people don't care what I believe. They just care that I believe something different than them. For those who genuinely care, can message me, that's fine. The biggest thing is just surround yourself around people who don't look like you. God doesn't call us to be comfortable, so surrounding yourself with people who aren't your same age or aren't your same social class, aren't your same ethnicity is, I think it's just healthy, sharpening. It's been an interesting year, sharing my heart, perspective, seeing some people who still, you know, rock with us. I've had some people delete us off Facebook. I've had, you know, several people have stopped donating to the music and the ministry, probably down $300, $400, $500 a month. But I'm not gonna let money get in the way of what I feel like God's calling me to do. So the last thing I want, is for someone to hold money over us and it restrict me and where I feel God calling us to go. There's a lot of people who are still with us, still supporting us, and we're super grateful. There's a lot of people still supporting us that probably disagree with some of this stuff, but the thing is, it's all secondary issues.
Yeah.
The mission hasn't changed. It's still going out, using music as a platform to be a light, to preach the gospel, and to make a difference in the lives of the youth or the younger generation. So that is still there. That has not changed. It just looks slightly different as far as the angle that I hit, but the gospel doesn't change. I just set out on a journey to learn. That's it. And to go in setting my biases and preconceived notions aside and just genuinely trying to learn, sympathize or empathize.
I would say empathize. You're feeling it.
With their pain, with all that kind of stuff. So I don't do the best job always explaining, but hopefully this helped.
We're just wildly grateful for people, the ones who have encouraged us and loved us, for even those that bring differences of opinions, but who do it in love. We're all just all on this journey together of loving and serving the Lord until He comes. So